For a moment, the princess completely let her guard down.
不意に雲間から月明かりが差し込み、二人を照らしました。
The moonlight appeared from the clouds and shone on them.
月明かりが差し込んだのはほんのわずかな時間。
Alright, I have my goggles on and I'm ready to play. My name is Sloth154. Welcome back to the Liar Princess. Yeah, welcome back to the Liar Princess and the Blind Prince. Last episode, we went through a... What was it? I could just check these things. Stage. We went through the Witch's Garden, and we are in the Azure Abyss. But going through the Witch's Garden, our princess faced the reality of the lie she's telling to the prince. That she's a wolf who, you know, clawed his eyes out. In a moment of panic, but still it's the truth of what happened. And the princess has reached the realization that she may never be able to be her true self with the prince again. Damn it. Oh god, I missed the mushrooms. So yeah, that's what we saw last episode. So if you end up liking this video, comment, like, and subscribe. It does help the channel. Check out the description. I will link to the playlist for this series and other games I played on my channel. Tell me in the comment section what you think about the game. And like I last asked at the end of the last episode, lies in a piece of media that one character feels is too much for the world they seek to live in. Because there was a moment where the wolf almost told the prince her identity, tried to tell the prince her identity. Fire eliminates the dark. But then she decided not to go along with that, with telling him. And again, this is to save her own feelings, not his. Let's have him pick this up. God dang it. All right. Let's try this again. Oh, god damn it. Okay. So I checked out that corner. There's nothing there. Okay. Touching the light will cause you to return to wolf form. Okay. Okay, made it through the first area with very little issue.
姫は王子の手を引いて
Okay.
洞窟を進みます。いつも王子に危険が少ない道を歩くように注意している姫ですが、この時は運悪く王子の足元の地面が崩れてしまいました。
The princess led the prince through a dark cave. Despite her best efforts to carefully guide him, the ground he was standing on collapsed.
王子。姫は王子の手を握っていた手に力を込めます。でも、か弱い姫の力では王子を引き上げることはできません。
Prince! The princess seized his hand, but she could not lift him up in her current form.
狼の姿に戻れば、簡単に王子を引き上げることができるでしょう。でも、そんなことをしたら、王子の握る姫の手がみるみる狼の手に変わったとしたら、王子に嘘がバレてしまいます。姫は震える手で必死に王子を引き上げようとします。
She could rescue him easily in wolf form, but if her hand, still holding his, turned into the wolves, he'd know she was a monster. She desperately tried to pull him up, her entire body shaking.
でも、それも長く続きません。姫は力尽き、王子の手を離してしまいました。
Unfortunately, she couldn't do it any longer. She ran out of energy and unwillingly let go of his hand.
どさ。
Dump.
と姫は慌てて王子が落ちた先を覗き込みます。そこには少しくぼんだ穴の中で倒れる王子の姿。
Oh no! Shouted the prince as she looked where he had fallen and saw him lying in a small, shallow hole.
姫の頭は真っ白。息も止まりそうです。ですが、王子はすぐに体を起こし、大丈夫というふうに手を振りました。
Her mind went blank and her heart filled with dread, but the prince soon sat up and waved. He was perfectly fine.
幸い崩れた地面は低く、大きな怪我はしてはいないようです。姫はほっと胸を一なで。
The ground that had given way was hollow, so the prince didn't suffer any injuries. The princess felt relieved.
だけど、姫は自分の手を見つめます。そこには王子を引き上げることもできなかった非力で小さな手。姫はこれから先もちゃんと王子を守っていけるのか、
But
不安を感じ始めるのでした。
let's try this again. But the princess looked at her hand, a feeble, tiny hand that couldn't help the prince. She began to feel uneasy about keeping him safe in the future. It's fine. Okay, no hostility. Walk forward. Oh. Thank you. I don't think that's fair. I can get the timing right. Okay. I got the timing wrong. All right, Prince, I'm gonna have to use you as a guinea pig for a little bit. Okay. My God, that took me longer than it should have. Stay right here, Prince. So bat bastards have to die because I'm angry. Okay. Everything's out of the way. I'm glad you listen to our instructions now. Oh, I would have been so angry if it had killed him right at the end. Alright, I just had to check some of the stuff I was getting. All right. Got a checkpoint. Huh. I wasn't sure that was gonna work out. All right, leap of faith. Okay. All right, we made it through the stage. That's good.
暗い洞窟を慎重にゆっくり進んでいると、穴ぼこだらけの不思議な場所にたどり着きました。穴は岩場の至るところにあり、暗闇の中でぽっかりと口を開けています。
While traversing through the cave, they came across a strange area filled with many holes, which looked like gaping mouths in the darkness.
真っ暗で不気味な穴から何か危険なものが飛び出してくるかもしれない。姫は王子を守るように穴の前に立ち、穴の中をじーっと見つめました。
There might be something dangerous in them, the princess thought. There might be something dangerous in them, the princess thought. To protect the prince, she stood in front of one of the holes and peered inside. Oh, these little guys. Then, these are
穴と
apparently
いう穴から黒くて小さな生き物がわらわらと這い出てくるではありませんか。気がつけば姫と王子は無数の黒い生き物にすっかり取り囲まれてしまいました。
tons of small black creatures emerged from the holes. The princess and the prince soon found themselves completely surrounded.
ただならぬ姫の様子に王子は姫の手を強く握り、体をこわばらせました。王子、動かないでね。姫は王子に声をかけながら、突然現れた黒い生き物たちの動きを警戒します。
The prince, sensing the princess's alarm, seized her hand and braced himself. Don't move, the princess said, ready to fend off the creatures.
でも、彼らは花のようなところをピクピクと震わせるだけ。何もしてこない。害はないのかな。 姫が警戒を緩めようとしたその一瞬、
But the creatures only twitched their nostrils in curiosity. Maybe they're not harmful, the princess said, just as she turned her back.
王子のそばにいた黒い生き物一匹がぐわっと口を大きく広げます。
The creature next to the prince opened its mouth wide.
食べちゃダメ。すんでのところで気づいた姫は黒い生き物に向かって飛びかかり、その生き物を突き飛ばしました。
Don't eat him!
勢いよく飛んでいった黒い生き物は岩の壁で頭を打ちつけて涙を浮かべます。
Alright, some of these pauses for the periods are just excessive. Don't eat him! The princess jumped at the creature and pushed it backwards, sending it flying into the rock wall.
頭にタンコブができてしまった黒い生き物はピスピスと鼻を鳴らして悲しそうにつぶやきました。
The creature, now with a lump on its head, started to cry.
花、いい匂い、おいしそう。どうやらこの生き物は王子ではなく王子の持つ花を食べようとしたみたいでした。
Okay. Flower smell good and tasty. The creature only wanted to eat the princess' flowers, not the prince himself.
王子は声を頼りに黒い生き物の方へ近づこうとします。あ、王子、危ないから私が話を聞くよ。黒い生き物が化け物だと隠したい姫は黒い生き物の中の一匹と小声で話を始めます。
The prince tried approaching the crying creature. No, prince, it's too dangerous. Let me do it, the princess offered, not wanting him to know that the creatures were monsters.
自分たちはモグラだと主張するこの生き物は目はあまり見えない代わりに鼻が利き、いい匂いのする花が大好物だと言います。
The creatures quietly told her that they were moles who lacked sight and had an excellent sense of smell and loved flowers.
洞窟に花は咲きませんが、時々風に乗って外から花びらが舞い込むようです。
Flowers don't bloom in the cave, they said, but sometimes the wind carries in flower petals.
それがモグラたちにとって最高のごちそうなのですが、めったにないことなので、いつも激しい奪い合いになります。それによって死ぬモグラが出ることも珍しくないとか。
Flowers are our favorite, but since they're so scarce, we fight over them when they come in. Some moles have even died as a result.
姫は彼らの正体がモグラだということは隠して王子にその話を伝えました。
Hiding that the creatures were moles, the princess relayed their story to the prince.
そうなんだ。分けてあげたいけど、これは大事なもらい物だからあげられないんだ。ごめんね。王子の言葉にモグラたちはピーと鼻を鳴らしました。
Oh, I want to share my flower, but it's too important to me. I'm sorry. The moles became sad and made a high, pitiful squeals with their noses.
その悲しそうな音を聞いた王子は姫に提案します。この人たちのためにお花を摘んできてあげられないかな。
Princess, why don't we get flowers for them? The prince suggested.
姫も王子にあげたプレゼントをモグラたちに食べられたくありません。
The princess agreed.
わかったわ。花を探しに行きましょう。
The princess agreed. Yeah, let's do it. Let's go look for flowers.
二人の言葉にモグラたちは大喜び。風に乗って舞い込む花びらを道しるべに二人は花畑を探しに出かけます。
The moles stopped crying and became happy. Following the petals riding the wind, the two set off to find another flower field. Okay. So the little mole guys are adorable, but still the prince, yeah, the prince got it from the princess. Wait, right there. Okay. No more bats. All right. All right, come back to me, my friend. And now we have fire. You stay here. I'm gonna look around for a little bit. All right, that worked. All right, flowers for the moles. All right, made it through that.
ようやくたどり着いた花畑を前に、姫は思わず息を飲みました。見たこともないような色鮮やかな花が一面に咲き乱れ、夕日に照らされて静かに揺れていました。これまで見た花畑の中でも特別綺麗で、姫はその光景に見とれました。
The princess gasped upon arriving at the flower field. Flowers of every color were blooming, made even more radiant by the setting sun. It was the most beautiful sight she had ever laid her eyes on.
いい香りだね、姫。うん、とっても。こんなに素敵なお花畑見たことないわ。本当に僕も見てみたかったな。
It smells wonderful, doesn't it, princess? Yeah, I never seen such a pretty field before. Really? Oh, I wish I could see it. I mean, kind of a dick move.
姫は少しの間、目を閉じ、胸いっぱい花の香りを楽しみました。そして、王子にもこの景色を見せてあげたいと思いました。じゃあ、あの人たちのために、たくさんお花を摘んでいこっか。
The princess closed her eyes for a moment and took it all in, wishing she could show this to the prince. Okay, let's pick some flowers.
二人は両手いっぱいに花を摘み、モグラたちの巣に戻るのでした。
They gathered a lot of flowers and went back to the cave.
二人は両手いっぱいに花を抱えて、モグラの巣に戻ってきました。モグラたちはたくさんの花に大喜びです。今か今かと待ちわびたモグラたちは、飛び跳ねたり、駆け回ったりして、二人を迎えました。
The moles were ecstatic at the flowers the princess and the prince had brought, and they began to jump and run around the pair, clamoring for the flowers.
今順番に配るからね。姫はモグラたち一匹一匹に花を配ります。ですが、あまりのいい匂いに我慢できなくなった一匹のモグラが。
Okay, I'm handing them out now. The princess gave a flower to each mole one at a time, but one mole was anxious and couldn't wait any longer.
パクリ。姫の持っていた花にかぶりつきました。驚く姫をよそに、 モグラはうっとりしながらおいしそうにもごもごと口を動かします。おいしい、花、おいしい。
Chomp! The mole sank its teeth into the flower the princess was holding. The princess was taken aback, but the mole didn't care and started chewing on the flowers. Nom nom. They're so yummy.
花を受け取ったモグラたちは香りを楽しんだり食べたり、大好きな花を思い思いに楽しんでいる様子。嬉しそうなピスピスという鼻歌があちこちから聞こえてきます。
The moles who had already received their flowers began consuming them in earnest. Happy humming could be heard all around the cave.
王子はモグラの一匹とお話をしている様子。足りなくなったら頑張って取りに行ってね。と花畑のある場所を教えているようです。
The prince was off to the side telling one of the moles about the location of the flower field.
ありがとう、ありがとう。お礼したい。ゆっくりしていって。そう言って洞窟で採れる不思議な食べ物を運んできます。姫と王子は喜んでモグラの言葉に甘えることにしました。
Thank you so much, said the mole. Why don't you stay here for a bit? The moles then brought out some food for the princess and the prince, who were extremely grateful.
その夜、
That night,
二人は花畑にもう一度来ていました。初めに来た時に集めた花は全部モグラにあげてしまったので、王子にもとびきりの花をプレゼントするために姫が連れてきたのです。
they returned to the flower field. The princess wanted to give a special flower to the prince.
夜はもう深く、時折雲間から差し込む月明かりと王子の持つランタン以外に明かりはありません。その光に照らされ、花畑は静かに幻想的に輝きます。
The lantern the prince held illuminated the field. The moonlight could occasionally be seen peeking from behind the clouds. It's not a good situation.
姫はこの花畑で一番だと思った一輪の花を王子に手渡します。そしてそのまま王子の手を握りました。
As the princess
王子
gave
も
the
はにかみながら姫の手を軽く握り返します。
As the princess gave the best flower to the prince, she took his hand and shyly squeezed hers in return.
王子の手から伝わる心地よい体温を感じながら、姫は化け物のこととか嘘のこととか不安なことをすべて忘れて、このままずっとこうしていたいと思いました。
The princess felt warmth from the prince's hand and immediately forgot all of her troubles. She wished to keep things like this forever.
そう、姫はこの時すっかり油断していたのです。
For a moment, the princess completely let her guard down.
不意に雲間から月明かりが差し込み、二人を照らしました。
The moonlight appeared from the clouds and shone on them.
月明かりが差し込んだのはほんのわずかな時間。王子の手を握る姫の手が狼の手に戻ってしまったのもほんの一瞬。それでも王子に刻みつけられた恐怖の記憶を呼び起こすには十分な時間でした。
It shone on them briefly, but that was all that was needed for the princess's hand. Still holding the princess to change into the wolves, a shivering feeling coursed through the princess's hand.
王子の手を一瞬包んだぞわりとした感触。それは確かに王子の目を引き裂いた化け物が王子の腕に残したあのおぞましい感触と同じものでした。
It was the feeling of a
王子
monster.
は恐怖に叫び出しそうになるのをこらえます。
It was the feeling of a monster that had both slashed the prince's eyes and gripped his hand. He tried not to cry out in fear.
でも、どうして姫の手があの化け物と同じ手に変わったの？
But why? Why had her hand changed to the monster's?
王子は信じがたい気持ちでいっぱいですが、確かに自分の手を握る姫の柔らかい手が化け物の手に変わったのです。
The prince couldn't believe it. Could she be?
もしかして姫は化け物なの？王子は姫の手を振りほどき、姫から距離を取ろうとします。
The princess! She's the monster? He scrambled away from her.
王子、これは違うの。姫は懸命に言葉で取り繕おうとします。でも、その言葉は王子には届きません。
Wait, prince, it's not... She tried to explain, but her words fell on deaf ears.
姫、来ないで。王子はなおも後ずさります。目の見えない王子は、その背後に崖があることなど、知る由もありませんでした。
No, don't come any closer. The prince moved further away, not knowing that he was near the edge of a cliff.
王子、危ない。崖を踏み外した王子に姫は飛びつき、なんとか王子の腕をつかみます。王子の手からランタンが滑り落ち、崖下へ落ちていきます。
Prince, watch out! The princess leapt at him just before he fell and seized his hand. The lantern he was holding slid out of his grasp and tumbled down the cliff.
王子、反対の手も伸ばして。落ちちゃうよ。ですが王子はうつむいたまま。動く様子はありません。
Prince, give me your little hand or you'll fall! The prince hung his head and didn't move.
姫、嘘ついてたの？何を言ってるの？王子。それよりも待ってて。今引っ張るから。でも、か弱い姫の力では、王子を引っ張り上げることなどできません。
Princess, did you lie to me? What are you talking about? Hang on, I'll pull you up. But she was too weak to lift him to safety.
姫は、本当は化け物なの。
Are you really a monster?
違うわ。きっと気のせいよ。お花が触れたのを誤解しちゃったんじゃないかな。
No, it's just your imagination. Maybe you got confused when I gave you that flower.
狼に戻れば王子を引っ張り上げることは簡単です。そう分かっていても、どうしても王子に本当の姿を知られたくない姫は嘘を重ねることしかできませんでした。
The princess still felt guilty about lying to him, but she couldn't risk him knowing that she was really the monster that had blinded him.
王子、お願い、手を伸ばして。姫は必死に王子のもう片方の腕をつかもうとします。王子は何も言わず、うつむいたままです。
Please take my hand. She desperately tried to grab at the prince's other hand, but he did nothing and continued to hang his head.
間の悪いことにその時、月を隠していた雲が晴れ上がります。月明かりが崖の上の二人を照らし出します。
Misfortune then struck. The clouds hiding the moon vanished, bathing the two in pure moonlight.
全身をたっぷりと月光に包まれた姫の変身はすっかり溶けてしまい、言い訳のしようもないほど完全に狼の化け物に戻ってしまいました。
The spell was broken on the princess and she fully reverted to the wolf. She had no excuse now.
あ、これは違うの。二度も自分の手をつかむ姫の手が化け物に変わりました。王子の疑いは確信に変わります。
No, it's not. The prince felt a beastly paw holding his hand. His suspicions were confirmed.
なんで嘘ついてたの？
Why did you lie?
もはや狼には言い訳の言葉も嘘も思いつきません。
The wolf couldn't think of anything to defend herself.
月。
Oh. What?
嘘つき。
You liar!
手を離せ、この化け物。
Let go of my hand, you monster!
そ
Why
れ
would you
は
let
狼
go?
にとって王子から一番聞きたくなかった言葉です。その言葉は狼の心を強く殴りつけます。息が苦しくなり、視界が涙で歪みます。こんなに心が痛くなったことはこれまでありませんでした。
The wolf's eyes welled up with tears. His words had cut deeply into her. She could barely breathe. Nothing had ever caused her heart so much pain before.
しっかり王子の腕を握っていたはずの手は緩み、化け物の手を振りほどこうと暴れる王子は狼の手から離れてしまいます。
The wolf inadvertently loosened her grip and the prince swung his hand free.
そして崖下へ落ちてゆく王子を狼はただ見つめることしかできませんでした。
All she could do was stare at him falling down the cliff.
狼は王子が消えていった真っ暗な森を見下ろし立ち尽くします。何も考えることができず、ただ呆然としていました。
The wolf kept staring at the spot where he had fallen, her mind completely blank.
どれくらいの時間が経ったでしょうか。やがて真っ暗な森の一部にパチパチと赤い光が灯りました。
After what seemed like an eternity, a red light shone in the dark forest.
それはみるみる広がり、森は赤く染まっていきます。崖から落ちていったランタンの火が森に燃え移ってしまったのです。
Soon the forest turned crimson. The fire from the fallen lantern was burning the forest.
木々が焼ける音で狼ははっと我に返りました。王子が危ない、助けに行かないと。
The wolf snapped out of her reverie when she heard trees burning. The prince is in danger. I've got to help him.
炎は次々と周囲の木々を巻き込み、勢いを増します。狼はじりじりと体を焼く熱を前に、炎を怖がる本能で足がすくみました。
Flames engulfed more trees and rapidly spread. The wolf instinctively wanted to run away.
怖い、怖い。体は震え、涙があふれました。それでも王子がいなくなってしまう方がもっともっと怖い。
Her body trembled. She hated fire more than anything. But if the prince died in this blazing inferno...
王子！狼は炎の恐怖と戦いながら燃え盛る森へと飛び込んでいきました。
Prince! Summoning all her courage, the wolf left into the burning forest. And that's where we'll leave this episode. So the prince has learned the truth about the wolf princess, and we're about to face our greatest fear, which is fire, to save him from the burning inferno. So this will pick up in the next episode. If you like this video, comment, like, and subscribe. It does help the channel. Check out the description. I will link to the playlist for this series and other games I played on my channel. Tell me in the comment section what you think about the game and and again, this is me drawing on your media history. Any other thing like this where someone will face that deep innate fear to save the person who they've fallen for, because that takes a lot. To overcome fear, love has to be high. That's maternal instinct high. But the wolf is gonna do it. So we'll pick this up in the next episode. If you made this far in the video, Prime thanks you. And yeah, we'll see you next time. Bye.